Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to step 6 of the Heart Path.
Welcome.
You are by now well and truly into it. So you've been building a timeline.
Yes, you have.
So now, who's ready for some time travel?
Yay!
We've got
really
the secrets.
Cool. We know how to time travel. Are you ready? We've got this magic dust that we just sprinkle on the timeline and go wherever we want.
We're doing it.
Yeah. So, in the last step, we went back along to all of these events. We documented the events just as they happened, as we perceived them at the time. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is what I became. This is how I took this. As we took it in the moment. What we're going to do now is...
we're going to reconnect with these events with our current point of wisdom and our current state of mind and our current perceptions on life.
So you're going to open up your diary, your notebook, your journal, whatever you've been using to work through this course. For every single event that you put on that timeline, you're going to put the event down and then you're going to write, if this event happened to me now, with everything that I am, having just come through this course, everything I know about success, my new models of understanding, my new paradigms, how would I react or respond differently? And you're going to redefine that event. This is how we get into the crux of removing the block. So it unfolded the way that it did. That's fine. We can't change that. Even if we could, like I've written in the course, you wouldn't want to, because these events created you into who you are today. But if you were to go back and become who you are now, back then, how would you handle it differently?
Right.
Would you take the same course of action, or would you be more firm in your choices?
Would you allow yourself to be so swayed based on someone else's opinion or what they said to you at the time? Would you be able to stop, perhaps, and see that while the person who is communicating with you in a way that is intending to be well but putting a block in place, are you maybe able to establish that to where you're not then taking on their belief and making it your own?
Right. Very powerful. So once again, as with every part of this program, be honest with yourself. How would you handle it differently? Would you handle it differently?
Right.
See who you become. See who you could have been. See who you will be.
Visit it with a certain amount of emotional maturity, if you will, as opposed to, because oftentimes you're finding that many of these things occurred very early on, in our formative years, when you didn't have the tools to establish what was yours, what was someone else's. Okay, this belief doesn't really work for me. I'm not going to take that on. We just sort of absorbed everything that was being taught to us and handed us and given us, and that put a lot of the blocks in place. So this is also a time when, a lot of those belief systems that you journaled about in the first month of the course are also going to come into play here, because you're going to see events and dynamics that are very reflective of these belief systems.
Right.
So you're going to see how and where these belief systems started to spring up from.
Yeah.
It's these very things that you've been mapping out in these two modules that you're going to see how these belief systems have grown and how they've been keeping you trapped.
Ooh.
So now is where you're going to hack down those beanstalks and you're going to plant some new belief systems.
You want to cut out a plant, what do?
Got to get rid of the root.
Chop it off at the surface? No.
Got to get rid of the root.
Dig. Get rid of the root. The root is when it first happened. And then everything that's happened else along the timeline, that adjusts according to your new perception. So have fun with it.
Right. And really just revisit it with your full dynamic self that you are today.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in the emotions of what was and what you felt then. Revisit it now.
Yeah.
With love and compassion and forgiveness and wisdom.
Definitely.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
And we look forward to hearing from you on this.
We do. We're really excited about what you're going to discover.
Much love.